Hello, my tech drawing and design class. We are continuing on with the Georgian house project, assignment number 7. This is the fireplace, furniture, and appliances videos. This time, we'll see at this point, we've already done the fireplace, we've done the sofa, we've done the hall table and side chairs, we've done the hutch. So in this video, we're doing the chair, the dining room tables and chairs, and the breakfast table and chairs. So with that said, this is what we're doing. Is the chair here, the round table with the chairs, and the dining room table with the chairs. So let me just go ahead and get rid of all the stuff here to start. There we go. So you're going to notice, by the way, you should be on already the furniture layer. And this is inside of your last name underscore fireplace. This is where we're putting all these drawings. Again, make sure you're on the furniture layer. So you're going to notice when we get into the chair here, it simply says, follow the illustrations. You will eventually copy this chair several times. Exciting. So not much in the way of an explanation, but it's all right here, which is really cool for us. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and start in on mine. I'm going to put my chair right here. Like I said, we're going to use this thing a lot of times. So the first thing I need to do is I need to draw a 20-inch square. So come right here. I have my ortho on. You can see it down here on the toggle. My ortho's on. So it's going to make my life super easy. 20 inches. Enter. 20 inches. Enter. 20 inches. Enter. And close the box up. Perfect. Okay. Now we need to offset the back line here and the two side lines. We need to offset them by 2 inches. So offset 2 inches. In this one, thank you. This line in, thank you. And this line in. Very good. Next, we're going to O-snap to our angles. So I'm going to press escape here. So at this mode, I'm going to turn my ortho mode off. I have my O-snaps here. So I'm just going to draw a line. And it looks like I'm going from this endpoint right here up to that intersection. Press escape. Do the same thing on the other side. Here, that endpoint to that intersection, press escape. Now I need to trim this out just a little bit. So I'm going to grab my trim tool. Remember, you're going to have to select all of yours to trim into trim lines. Press enter. And then we're going to start trimming this thing down. So I do not need this line anymore. There we go. I don't need this one. I do not need this one, or this one. Yeah, it basically looks like how it's supposed to look. Trim this one out, trim this one out, this one out, this one out, and this one out. Very good. Now I'm going to offset again 2 inches for the two sides and the front. So offset, still 2 inches, good. Let's offset this one in, offset this one up, and offset this one in. Just like that. And now we need to do our trim and extend. So I'll grab my trim tool again, select all the ones that you need to trim out, trim and trim lines, and get rid of what you don't need. You are going to notice that I have these little tick marks on the outside, so make sure you get rid of those as well. This happens because we're dealing with angles. There we go. And finally, we need to extend these two lines here up to the intersection. So I'll press escape, select my line, get to my grip, click it again so it turns red, and go up to, I have the intersection. Just like that. Same thing here. Very good. And done. Simple enough. I have the chair. That is step 5. So make sure you are saving your document. So I'll hit save. Let's see here. Cool. So step 6, we're going to start drawing the dining room table. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. And I'm going to put my dining room table right in here, it looks like. So draw a line. Oh, let me turn the ortho back on real quick. Make my life easy again. 8 foot. Tab, enter. Coming down 3 foot 6 inches. So 3 foot 3 single quote, 6 double quote. Enter. 8 foot. Tab, enter. And finish up the table. Perfect, just like that. Now I need to offset 32 inches from each end. And then I also need to draw a line midway. So let me go ahead and do my offset first. Set 32 inches. Go from this one in from this end. Bring this line in from this end. Press escape. I need to draw a line on my midpoints here. So let me zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. Line. Look for my midpoint. I had the green triangle. Good. Click. Come all the way across. Green triangle again. Click. Perfect. And I'm just using these as guidelines. They will go away. Now, in the dining room table, it also tells us to pick one of these lines. This is in the instructions, not in the diagram. And extend this thing 12 inches using the grip. So I'm going to grab the red grip. And you see this box up here right by my crosshairs that's asking for information. It's asking me how far do I want to extend this thing? And I know the exact distance is 12 inches. There we go. Press escape. It's going to be a guideline for us. So I am going to now grab my chair here. And I'm going to copy this thing. So I'm going to grab copy. And I'm going to select all my objects. Very good. Press enter. Specify my base point. Grab the back of this chair right here. And I want off the midpoint here. So I'm going to click it. And then I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to drop it right on this endpoint. Just like that. So since all of my chairs are going to be the same distance away, I can go ahead and trim these lines down. So go ahead and grab trim tool. Again, turn these into trim lines. And start breaking this thing down. So it looks like your chair is underneath the table. Just like that. And I now have a chair in the right position. I'll press escape. Very good. Now what I can do is the directions say to go ahead and copy it on the same side of the table. So we will do that. Grab copy. I'll copy all these. That's fine. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to go from this intersection right here as my base point. I'm going to put it on the same intersection endpoint right there. And then press escape. So very simple. Again, I was using this as my midpoint, this intersection, and I put it right there on the end of the line. Perfect. Okay, now I need to mirror these so I have them on the opposite side. So I'll grab the mirror tool, grab my chairs here. That looks good. Press enter, and I'm going to mirror it using the center line that we drew. Just like that. And do I want to erase source objects? No, I do not. Very good. So at this point here, let me get rid of this line because I don't need it anymore. Get rid of this line because I don't need it anymore. Just like that. I need to extend this line because we need to put chairs on the end of the table. So I'll click right there. Once again, this is 12 inches. Just like that. Press escape. And I need to copy one of these chairs and then rotate it. This is 2 separate steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy. I want to copy all of these. Press enter. Grab that midpoint. Just I'm going to bring it right over here. Press escape. Now I'm going to rotate it. Grab my parts to it. Very good. Press enter. And my base point, I'm just going to use that same midpoint right there. That's what's going to rotate around. That's what's asking. And how far do I want to rotate this thing? Around the midpoint, I want to rotate this thing 90 degrees. Enter. Now all I have to do is move it. Move. Select all my objects that I want to move. Press enter. My base point, I'm going to grab this midpoint at the back of the chair and put it right on this end point. Press escape. So now with that there, I can go ahead and delete this center line. And I need to draw another mirroring line, but it needs to be midway through my table. So I'm going to find the midway line, go to the next midway line. I now have a perfect mirroring line for me to work off of. I'll grab mirror, select my objects, which is going to be this chair, press enter, select my mirroring line. There's one end of it. Here's the other end. And you can see it shows up. Erase source objects. No. And then I can get rid of this line. That is the dining room table with the chairs. So let me go ahead and back out just a little bit. I'm going to save again. And finally, I'm going to do the breakfast table. So for the breakfast table, we're going to be adding a new command, but the first thing we need to do is actually draw the table. So I'm just going to come over here. This looks like a good spot. I need to have a 42-inch diameter, which would then, I can do one or two things. I can put a D in here, and now it's saying I'm going to tell it what the diameter is, as opposed to the radius, so I can just type in 42. Just simple enough. If I wanted to do the radius like it defaults to, then you just take the diameter and go in half. But I have a 42-inch diameter circle here. I need to make a centering line. So I'm going to find the center of this thing. Here we are. I'm going to come directly up, and I'm going to make this thing 33 inches. And the reason for 33 inches is it is going to be the radius of the table plus 12 inches. So 33 inches, press escape, and let's zoom just in just a little bit. And we're now going to put the chairs around here. So once again, we're going to copy. What does that want to copy? I want to copy the chair. Enter. My base point, again, is the midpoint on the back of the chair, going directly to the end point of this line. Press escape, and it's there. Pretty neat. I'm going to trim away the parts so it looks like the chair is underneath the circle. Again, trim tool, turn all these into trim lines, and then start trimming this thing down. Oops. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Keep this line here for the moment. It's going to help us out. Now, what we're going to do is something called a polar array. We've done different arrays already. Usually we've been doing the rectangular array, which would give us a columns and rows of whatever it is that we are arraying. In here, though, we want to do the chairs around the circle. So we do array, and we do a polar array. We're going to select our objects, just like this. I'm going to hold down the shift key and deselect that because I don't need to put a bunch of lines everywhere. So I now have my chair. So that's my objects. Enter. It's going to ask me for a center point. Go right to the end of this line here because we know that's on our on the center of the circle, and it puts the chairs around the table for us. Now for us though, we want to do 5 chairs. We don't need 6. And our fill, we want to make sure this says 360, which it does. And you can see we have the 5 chairs perfectly and evenly placed around the table. So I can close the array. Delete the line. And done. So this is how we build a chair. This is how we do the dining room table and chairs. And this is how we do the breakfast table and chairs. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, look for my next video, which we will be doing the sink, the range oven, and I guess it's a reference table, something like that. Anyway, a couple more appliance or refrigerator. That's what it is. That will be in the final video for this step of assignment 7. Look forward to hearing from you.